James Whale at breakfast.
BBC Essex.
Good morning. Now, let's start, as I say, this hour with our top story. The Prime Minister has been announced yesterday that if the Conservatives get a majority in the next Parliament, that they will commit to building 200,000 homes across England for first-time buyers by 2020. He went on to pledge to double the number of homes available through the existing starter homes scheme, but buyers under 40, or to buyers under 40, which are sold at a 20% discount. The Prime Minister told BBC Essex that he will remove the red tape that is holding back development.
I can announce today that the next Conservative government would build not just 100,000 starter homes, but 200,000 starter homes, giving more young people the security of owning a home and rewarding hard work, making this a country where if you put in, you can expect to get out.
Well, Labour says the plan is inadequate, while housing groups are warning that affordable rented schemes would lose out as a result. We're joined by Bob Weston, Managing Director of the Essex-based developers Weston Homes. Bob, thank you for your time. Very good morning to you.
A very good morning. Cheers to you, James.
Now, it's great. Politicians, of course, coming up to an election can promise us anything they want. But successive governments haven't actually made it easier for developers to build, have they?
Well, the red tape is one of the stumbling blocks, and the taxation that comes with it in the form of Section 106 agreements, community infrastructure levy, etc., does slow down the rate of development.
Do you think that if David Cameron was in power after the next election, he would actually be able to achieve some of the things that he's promised yesterday?
Well, we're yet to see any of the detail, and as we always say, the devil is in the detail. But in essence, the government at the moment have moved some of the red tape away when we talk about office conversions. That has successfully brought a number of new developments forward, and if they were to go down a similar route, then maybe they can deliver this.
Is it effective for the government to tinker around the edges of housing policy? Do we not need something more radical so that we can actually build these houses that everybody says we need?
One of the problems, I think, with the scheme as they're describing it is talking about a 20% discount. It's 20% of what? And as I say, we don't have any details at the moment that go with it. Government do have to get involved in housing because they create the red tape in the first place that's preventing it. So, yes, they do have to get involved.
I mean, presumably you could build more affordable homes if buying the land. As I understand it, it's the land that is expensive.
Well, the land is obviously a major factor when you're doing a development. The variable number is the land value, and that's what drives the things forward. But having said that, there has been a massive increase in build costs over the last 2 years accompanying it.
So, Bob, would you sell a house under market value just to make it more affordable?
Well, if the red tape was removed in the first place to make it still economically viable for a business to operate, then yes, we could. But it doesn't need that backing. But, business is business.
Is there enough land, enough places to build here in Essex? I mean, you're based in Essex. Have you got enough places to build here to keep you going?
Yeah, I do believe there is enough land. The UK is currently covered as a landmass by all structures, including roads, railways, etc., at 9%, which is lower than some of our competitors in Europe, which probably would astound people, but that is a fact. We consistently find sufficient land to build on. We build entirely on brownfield land. We don't build on any greenfield. And recycling land in, I believe, is the core of this policy that we would welcome.
Bob, good to talk. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Bob Weston from Weston Homes. Any thoughts, of course, on what the Prime Minister had to say yesterday? Please give me a call, 0300 200 40 41.